In 2017, Google announced Kotlin as an officially supported language for Android development. Since then, it has rapidly become the standard for modern application development. The primary reason developers make the shift is Kotlin's type system. The syntax is designed specifically to eliminate null pointer exceptions, which are a common source of runtime crashes in older languages like Java. In this guide, we are going to configure a blank workstation into a fully functioning, compile-ready Kotlin development environment. We will reach 3 specific milestones. First, we'll acquire the necessary underlying frameworks. Next, we will configure the development software. Finally, we'll write and execute a functional program from scratch. Completing this environment is the prerequisite for building the crash-resistant software Kotlin enables. To write and run Kotlin, you need 2 underlying pillars of software: the Java Development Kit, or JDK, and an integrated development environment, known as an IDE. An IDE is a software application that provides a comprehensive set of tools for writing and testing code. Kotlin relies on the Java Virtual Machine, or JVM, to execute code. This creates interoperability, which is the ability for different languages to work together within the same system. The JVM is a software engine that provides a runtime environment for the code to perform its tasks. Your first step is to download the JDK. The JDK is a development environment used for building applications on the Java platform. You can get this from the official Oracle website or through the OpenJDK repositories. Once the JDK is installed, you need the software to write your code. For this, we will use IntelliJ IDEA, the industry standard IDE developed by JetBrains, the same company that created Kotlin. Using IntelliJ IDEA is efficient because it comes with the Kotlin plugin pre-installed. This avoids the manual configuration required by other text editors. Ensure your JDK installation is finished before you try to write any code. If you attempt to compile Kotlin before the JDK is recognized by your system, the program will fail to run. With both the JDK and IntelliJ IDEA installed, you have a stable bridge between your raw code and the machine's execution layer. Open IntelliJ IDEA and select New Project to start the setup sequence. Within the project wizard, you must select Kotlin as your language and then link the JDK you just installed using the drop-down menu. If you leave the language default set to Java, the project will not recognize Kotlin syntax and your code will not compile. Once the project loads, the directory tree on the left side of your screen shows the internal structure of your new project. Locate the folder labeled SRC, which stands for source. Right-click this folder and create a new Kotlin file named Hello World in this specific directory. Following this source folder structure is necessary. It is how the IDE's internal compiler, the tool that translates your code into machine instructions, knows where to find your work. Now we can begin coding. Type fun main at the top of your blank file. This is the primary entry point for any Kotlin application. The keyword fun is the trigger in Kotlin that defines a function. A function is a specific block of code designed to perform a task. After the parentheses, add curly braces. These act as the structural container that holds the program's actual instructions. Inside those braces, type println, followed by hello Kotlin, inside quotes and parentheses. This command instructs the computer to print that text to your screen. Check your spelling carefully. Compilers require exact capitalization and punctuation to understand your instructions. To execute the code, look at the editor margin. Click the green play icon located next to line 1 and select Run. Look at the terminal console at the bottom of the screen. You should see the text Hello Kotlin appear in the output. This output confirms that your developmental pipeline, from the IDE to the JDK and the compiler, is fully operational. Now that the basic script is working, we can introduce dynamic data into the program. We will use the val word. This allows you to declare an immutable variable, a container for data that is set once and cannot be changed. Above your print command, type val name equals developer. Now modify your print statement. Replace the word Kotlin with a $sign followed by the word name. This syntax calls the variable you created and injects it into the text. Run the program again. The console will now show Hello Developer, based on the variable you assigned. By completing this setup and understanding these basic syntax rules, you have the